about, right? And I
Yeah.
told y'all, like we both basically said the same thing about
Yeah.
how we would look at it or whatever. But I like went in depth over it though, as far as like why I would use and I want y'all to remember these things, because remember I told you why I would make this a tipping point
Yeah.
area. I'm gonna start marketing, but I got to do that so we can so you're aware. I wanted to. Um,
Yeah. I had it marked up on when we were talking about it yesterday, and
mhm.
we were saying, I think we said a TP around 0.34.
Not necessarily. What we said was that once it hit here, I said I would probably set my take profit at 0.33. Well, it's about 0.334339, right? But then we were talking about that would actually be, you can make it a potential take profit, or you can just watch it when it get there because they may come back at least to um hold on one second. They may come back at least to like this area, remember?
Yeah.
With the wicks, remember it was like, they could at least come to here, but it'll be one of them things you'll need to watch and make sure they don't bounce off of here and come back, remember?
Yeah.
But if
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
gonna go to sleep, put a take profit in. But if you're up watching it, just see how they do. Yeah. So yeah, this is why we said that. I mean, obviously he hit on the same thing, but I'm just saying, remember the details of what I was saying and why I was saying I would do that and the different type of thinking you can have. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you can never overly predict that it'll go up, but remember, news was uh, this morning at about 7:30, and they impulse, man. The U.S. dollar fell, and GBP obviously gained strength after the news. You see how they shot up. So they actually came. They broke. Actually, let me get this out. I do not know why this is not higher. Okay, I just do it. So about oh no, I'm trying to be right here. So about 8, well, really 9 o'clock yesterday, they started breaking. They broke. And then you see they snatched back down, but they left the wick and they would have cleared it pretty much at midnight, the first area. Then they
Yeah.
threw this whipsaw, you know what I mean? Like sometimes people watching too much, this will kind of scare them out and they're like, oh, it's coming back. But you see what they did. They whipsaw, came back here, came back here. Like they basically did some continuation. So they stalled. Let me show you. Let me delete this stuff. Anyway, is everybody feeling all right? I
Yep.
jump straight into it. I was kind of,
Yeah. On my way back home, that's all.
oh, cool, cool. So you see right here when we get it, this was a trap area, remember? This
Yeah.
looked like, uh, let me see, is it the daily? I just flew that. Yeah, but anyway, remember the impulse that morning, right? They did all this impulse. This was the trap area here. So they came back to the trap area, stalled out. Cause uh people probably saying support and resistance right here, right? So they came, stalled out, and
Oh
hit.
yeah, I did remember you saying that it could probably stall out there for a little bit.
Remember, because
Yeah,
when we
you did
first
say
talked,
that. Yeah.
I've been purposefully staying on the same pair so we can like, you know what I mean? continue on, kind of like a continuation of yesterday. So remember, I told you they could like don't get so excited about that impulse because they could play within here and then shoot it right back down. Like, and that's what they did. And then you see they gave us this price action here. And here we are. So yeah, that was a nice trade. US CAD, I know you remember we talked about Benji referenced this 4-hour tipping point, remember, and we were telling y'all how, like, I knew it was going, I'm gonna tell you when I knew it was gonna break already, right? But remember, what were we looking at? Looking at something. That's the 30th.
When you say that you knew it was gonna break, what gave you that? Like,
Oh, just when news, obviously news and how they were closing around it, like the price action around it. I was trying to find what I was looking at because I know I was gonna tell you what I was looking at when I saw. Let's see, what's today? The 3rd. Oh yeah, I want to say I knew it was gonna. This is what I was thinking. I knew it was gonna break a little bit. I didn't know if it was gonna go like this far. I was expecting at least like 20 something pips. I didn't know it was gonna go 75, but I was at least expecting. Remember, I was like, we'll find the entry here, and then you would kind of look as a reference to see where you could possibly ride this to, and maybe get like 20 something pips. Remember, I was saying that? Yeah, and when they broke, came back, like especially like I want to say up in this area actually is when I was starting to see here, like right here, that yeah, man, they may actually, continue on. Yep. Because you could have did this too, after seeing that tipping point, to catch it even better, to catch the break, to keep that purple tipping point up, right? So to catch the break without having to try to over squeeze pips between here, you could have used this tipping point right here. You see how they maneuvered on this nicely right here. Yeah. Like that's why I say sometimes when you're looking at the price action, you can look at something and tell when it's gonna be like a good tipping point. And remember, that's how I created the one on GBP USD, the one that when they actually broke it right here. See this?
Yeah.
Remember right here? I was like, you can actually use this for a tipping point, and then you can put it. I was like, you can at least get I think it was like 13 pips. That's when we started talking about hitting, it hitting off of the zone. And what made me look at this for that too, I'm gonna tell you in 1 second. Because my initial thing was thinking, okay, they could possibly come. And this is how your bias can change. Hold on, let me delete this stuff, man. And yeah, this is how your bias can change, right? So remember we were about here. It was Lucy. I think Nemo jumped in at about this time we were talking. I was like, let's watch how that candle closed, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And I left this tipping point right here because they were respecting it so much. Like you see that close there. Well, I was initially thinking like, okay, boom, this could turn into a momentum wick to the other side, right? And be like that. Hold on, I gotta let somebody else in the room. What's up?
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How you doing?
Good.
Cool. Let me change this color. Do that. So remember, I was looking at this one. Now, when it closed, like that's why I was like, okay, now that it closed like that, let's watch because this could turn into a tipping point, and that's when it turned into one. However, say this never happened, and it closed like that. then I would have been looking more for the bias to catch it.
sell.
Yeah, to sell under this tipping point. That's why I was like, if it's set up like that, don't worry about catching in between here. I mean, you can if it's enough room, but look at the price action, how it's playing on this one, and catch this down here. You see what I'm saying? That's why I was saying you'll get to a point to where you can see two potential situations, which is it's gonna either go up or go down, always, right? But this how you can start to change it, looking at the hour price action. And remember, I was like, we're gonna watch this because they still left a nice size wick right here. And what did they do? They came down, but they also halted at this tipping point. And from that point on up, it was straight money. You see what I'm saying? Then when they got to the previous area of trap, they started whipsawing, collecting more air, collecting more, collecting more orders, right? Because that's basically what they were doing. Because they like, oh, support and resistance. People looking at support and resist. They was collecting more orders. People probably had pending orders or sale limits, maybe, right? People probably had sale limits in. Like when they come here, they're gonna sell off for it to go back down because of the rejection here. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That's probably what they did, and then they kept it going. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's just how the game goes. And they like from that point to here, look how many pips they shot up, bro. That's a lot of money. You got to think there's people doing $20 a pip, $30 a pip, 40, 50, 100, $10 a pip, $5 a pip. That's millions of people doing that, and they collected all that equity. Dang, this is in the way at the right wrong time. Okay, bro, that's 92 pips. 92 pips. And then they probably caught people here who's like, oh, I'm gonna ride the impulse. And then see, look at this price action disrespected. They did the 50% retrace on this. Let's analyze that. How you could have been like, all right, I'm gonna see, like if you caught this impulse and you see they were like playing on it, like how you could have possibly been like, oh, let me see how much of my money I can keep since they're doing the retrace. That's the hourly, right? Yeah. I probably should have highlighted this thing. Actually, let me delete that. Let me put array. I'll make it red to signify the retrace. Because that's pretty much what they did, right? It's still closed, lower, but they basically came up, shot all the way down, hit the retrace, and then shot all the way back up. But it's weird because you would have thought, oh man, the momentum is like, that's a momentum wick, right?
Yeah.
And you like, that's why sometimes you gotta watch these things. So they did that. Let's go to the 15, see what happened. See what I'm saying? They threw like basically, they threw us. What's up, E?
What it do, man?
How you feeling?
I'm pretty good, brother. Everybody good?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Look at that. Look at what that 15-minute tipping point cover. Like on this price action. So this is a strong tipping point right here. So after they played that price and showed they wasn't coming up, somebody could choose to see them range in here and just say, all right, I think I want to get out now. You still would have caught on the cool, actually from here to here, you still would have caught like 60 something pips. That's how you can see, if you caught the price action when it got there, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what I mean. Like if you caught it when it was there. Let me see, the 4 hours should have one. And really, for real, if we want to keep it like all the way, they really didn't complete this one. They did, they just didn't close below it. See that? So it's still room for them to, this gave evidence too, how they balance here and then shot down. Like they completed a retrace here and they doing a retrace here, which is the top. That's the retrace of that candle. You see that?
Yeah.
So you got a few things to kind of like reference a little bit. Let me zoom in. So now we can zoom in, we can go to the hourly, we see that. Let's go to 15.
I've kind of noticed that if there's two momentum candles that are kind of like you'll see price action of one closing like, all right, there's a momentum candle there. It doesn't necessarily go to the first one just yet. It'll probably retrace a different one on a lower time frame before it hits, like, let's say one on a 4-hour time frame, because that happened to me earlier today on a GBP AUD. I was looking at the hourly, and I saw a possible retrace move. I was like, all right, cool, bet, I got it. But I messed up when I was looking at the 4-hour. I didn't see a previous candle, and it retraced that one first before it's actually going to make the move that I suspected to play.
And you saying this one kind of looked like that?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Go back. Man, I guess this is kind of a tipping point on the hourly anyway. For real, for real. Let me change it. So yeah, for real, for real. Yeah, like you got an actual another solid place to be like, I'm gonna see about taking the order. Cause like, look at this. This is the cool thing. Look at how they played on that right here. You see that?
Yeah.
Like that's the tipping point. So when they break again, that's still a lot of pips within that range they creating that they had right here. So you could even look to see if once you hit here, if there will be like, which is the retrace on this thing, right? You can look to see if it will be, I guess I'll make that, I don't know, a weird color, like, no, that's too lime green. We can look to say, we can take an order from here, if they showing everything right, we can look to maybe squeeze that out. Because now you have, actually, I probably should have, I just broke one of my rules. Hold on. This actually needs to be, because I was going to confuse myself. I make my retraces the same color as everything, as the time frame I'm getting it from. So we can do that and know how we want to play that. Because technically, they could be doing a retrace, but the momentum just shifted to down, right? And now this is another cool thing where we see a potential spot, because that tipping point falls, and the end of it falls within the 50% retrace. So we can, we want to be careful and make sure they're not throwing no unnecessary wicks. But if the momentum is showing itself to be, going down still, we have a solid place of reference to be like, okay, it's the 50% retrace. They bouncing off of it. It's a tipping point on the hourly, whatever. Man, it's
Yeah, it looks like a continuation candle there, Darius. Honestly.
What, talking about this one?
No, the bearish candle, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so that could, especially how they close, pushed up with it. And the reason he's saying that, because you'll have major super impulses where they'll close straight without wick, and then you have a continuation where they pretty much doing what they doing now, where they coming down, but they stalling out up a little bit. It's like they they returning a little volatility to the market. And then they'll come up a little bit because it's still what 2.5 hours left on that. But you see how they basically range in here. You know what I mean? We go to the 15, you'll see it. Remember here, so this would be a strong, what is this yellow line? I do not remember. Let me delete it. So this would be a, I just messed, I think I did. No, those are retraces. Anyway, so for me, considering that this is a tipping point, this would be a strong place to kind of look for, what they're gonna show us. And yeah, they gave us this, but they keep throwing like, look at this wick, look at that. Like if they keep showing, if they keep showing stuff where they like, that's a bad wick, but y'all get what I'm saying. Like if they keep showing stuff like that where they not quite breaking, like if they throwing more wicks here, you know what I mean, and more, they looking more like they bouncing off before they come back and correct, then I'm gonna feel confident about them breaking here. Now on this too, I may leave myself a little leg room, you know what I mean, like right here. I may, if I want to create a unique take profit, I mean, not take profit, but entry point, just, considering things, if everything looking juicy enough. Well, no, not that high. I won't go that high, but I'll at least probably go about 4 on this one. You know what I'm saying? I go about 4. I may even do this. I may even do that exactly here and just catch this, because that's still 22 pips, even with putting your entry at 7 pips below it, just to account for them throwing something extra out there doing a retrace. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So I've done that before too, and then that way, if they are breaking like that, then you can say, okay, this is what they're doing. But I think it'll be better to let this. Really, for real, it'll be better to let the 4-hour close on this one. If they just so happen to break before then, whatever, you don't have to rush everything. But I would let the 4-hour close on this one. And then London session will be later on. So it's a few things. Wait, let me see something. It's the end of the, and then to keep in mind, tomorrow is Friday, or actually it'll be there Friday already. You know what I'm saying? So we'll just have to see what's up with that. But yeah, that's how that will work. Like if you caught this and you looking at what's going on further or whatever. Yep. Now, well, that's nice. Look at all that. You would ask, where would I get in on this? Well, and I would say
That is that something you'd use as a tipping point, I guess?
yep, I would.
Yeah.
I would, because it's isolated right now. Nothing's here. Look what's over here.
Nothing. Yeah, I see.
Exactly. When stuff out in the open is easier. It's easier to make it a tipping point. Like even this one. Now if you can go out and reference something too, you know what I mean? Like how I shown y'all to do. I'm not saying you won't see that, but these are really like by themselves. So it's either they extremely by themselves, or you can go back and see what price kind of hit off of them multiple times before that even appeared there. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll have to look at like direction. See, they whipsawing now. It's one of those ones that like they still have to complete the 50% retrace here. I ain't gonna say they have to, but I'm saying they haven't done it yet if they are going to do it. which we know they do it like most of the time, right? So I would do that, fatten that up. Yep. And so it's on daily. Yo, they didn't even do the daily yet for real. But it's still the same marker, ironically. So we can reference this for both.
Yeah.
But they've been throwing a lot of wicks here. You know what I'm saying? This is on the hourly though. And then there's the fact that they're ranging here, like they creating a structure here. You know what I'm saying? So let's see what's going on the 5. Yeah, they creating a whole structure here. Matter of fact, I wonder how long it's been in general. Actually, let me do this. Let me do this. Let me make this like that. Change this to a wacky color. Let's go to the weekly. So they haven't been over here in over 2 years. This is a low they haven't been in over 2 years. It's crazy, right? Yeah, because September. Yeah, so it's September, October. So it's been right at 2 years and 2 months. So how much time left? Weekly. Is it 20? Oh yeah, and it's 22 hours left in the weekly, man.
Just
So,
under
huh?
just tomorrow. Pretty much.
Yeah, so and then that'll be perfect because then when they open up Sunday, you know what I'm saying? When they open up Sunday, then we have bias to say it's a momentum candle. It's a momentum candle on the even though they didn't actually move off this yet, right? They didn't move off of this one yet. So you can think that maybe this is the drawdown from that one and maybe they'll come up. I'm gonna leave that blue line there to reference. But if it closed strong like that on the weekly and then like look how they closed on the daily, that's continuation right there. Right, E?
Yeah, that is.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's continuation. Yep. And now they balancing. It's Friday. Like they may balance out a little bit, and then when the markets open back up fresh, you know, smash out. Because it's like I said, it's just ironic that they hit this tipping point right here, right? Which I'm sure we can stretch all the way back those 2 years ago, which is not gonna let me do, and we can see something, but you know, we don't have to get that deep with it. But here, once again, they came and found balance at this tipping point. And you know what I mean? We can say strongly that if everything is still following momentum, they may break here again. You know what I mean? Pull up news and see. So next week it's the 6th. So AUD, CAD, Euro, GBP, bank rate. Like they may be prepping stuff for the 17th. Look at that. They doing the monetary policy and the bank official bank rate. That's like the Fed reserve fund rate, like the federal funds rate. That's how. Remember I told y'all the 16th. Like,
Yeah,
remember I said that week is a lot going on.
yeah.
Yeah, the FOMC is pretty much that's the reset, the market reset stuff when they like giving you the new rate and different stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
it's a lot going on. Like US dollar got like they got news all freaking day. Well, up until pretty much most of its session. Pretty much most of its session. Yep. And then NZD got the GDP news. You know, that's good. I'm just showing. I mean, I'm getting off topic with the current pair, but I'm just showing y'all there's some different stuff going on. For sure. Then OPEC meeting Saturday. The market's not even open, but some OPEC meeting Saturday. Trying to think, and then not until the new year. Yeah, there's nothing else until the new year. So I'm gonna say that week of the 16th, we should see some good movement. So I would look to see if they like slow down here, because if they do, then for me that'll be like a good sign that they plan to move big the next time they do. Oh, why did I just do that? Let me do. I'm on the wrong tool. Hold on. 1 second. Week of the 16th. Let me put December just so I don't forget, just in case. Boom. So, oh yeah, let me do this too. This is what I'm telling y'all to do this. And we'll say we're gonna look for traps and balance. Like we're gonna pay attention to how much they balance. Like if they go ahead and keep going, like whatever, I'm not saying they necessarily have to balance in this area, but you get what I'm saying. Like if they showing like some weird behavior, it's like your kid when your kid got a bad report card and they acting funny or something. I don't know how many of y'all got kids, but you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, you up to something, ain't you? Yeah. Yeah. So like, yeah, that's what we do. Hey, what's up, Benji? My bad, man. I was in the middle of talking.
Nah, you good, bro.
How you feeling?
Sure, I'm good. How about you?
I'm good. You see how
everybody
they cleared
doing?
that 4 hour, huh?
You said what?
Go ahead. You was asking about it.
No, that's how everybody doing.
Good, man. Good. Thank you, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Good,
Look how they cleared that 4 hour tipping point you brought that we used. You see? Remember on UCAT?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I wrote it down.
It's a crazy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's the one we spoke on. You was like, hey, I got this drawn up, and we went over it and they did it. You know what I mean? It took them. We go to the daily, see how many, because we talked about it probably Monday. So what was that? So what's today? Thursday. Okay, so yeah, I want to say Tuesday they closed with that. That's right. And then yeah, Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah, that's right. So yeah, that's that. Anybody got any other pairs they want to look at or anything?
USD JPY.
Yeah, I was about to suggest EJ2. It looks like it's getting ready to head down.
Speaking of that, I was looking at Euro JPY too. The pip count on that is always like crazy, man. Crazy. Brazy. Oh, you know what this is? It's funny. That's a 4 hour tipping point I got drawn up. I made it. It's really a wick, but I made it a tipping point. And they hit it. Bam, bam, bam. But now, see what the daily. Yeah, anyway, y'all can tell me your thoughts on it, like what you were thinking about.
I actually took a trade on this.
And how did it turn out?
It turned out good.
Cool.
So, and like first I saw on the daily it had a momentum wick. So then I was also referring more to because yesterday we were going over it and we somewhat drew a 15-minute structure. So that's what I kind of based my trade off of.
Okay.
Yeah. And then
you want to? I mean, you could share your screen if you want. I'm probably not gonna go over no actual trades we could take right now. We can just kind of, you could do what you're doing. Let me let you share it. Pull this over like this, because I'll make that an hourly now instead. You can, but it still respect the same area. You see that?
Yeah.
That's why I say even if you do got like a 4 or something, like you go to the lower time frame, you'll be able to find some kind of lower time frame tipping point that was there too at some point. Anyway, let me let you share.
All right.
You can show us what's up. All right, go ahead, man.
Give me a second. Yeah, so yesterday we were going over this, and then like after everything ended, I kept an eye on it because of this momentum wick right here. And then give me a second. So we drew up this structure yesterday. Yeah, I brought, like me personally, I brought this zone a little bit higher so it could get more of this right here. And then I drew this tipping point right here. And then my buy stop went somewhere around, like, I could check, let me see. I mean, my buy stop, my sell stop, I put it right about here, actually. Put it somewhere right there. Yeah, and then I wrote it. I just wrote it down to the structure. It happened overnight, so so if I was, that's what I did basically. I could have probably let it ride for a little bit longer, but
so wait a minute.
like
You say you put the say that again. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh, so I put the buy stop right here, right under this tipping point.
The buy stop or sell stop?
I mean, sell stop. Yeah. Right here.
And you, where did you look for it to go?
I put it to the bottom of this structure right here.
That wasn't bad, but did you account for the fact that they may just come to the top, the bottom of your structure and not the zone and may bounce up? Or you like eyeing it to see if they keep, because they show, you could have kept an eye on it if you was going to go that far and see if they were going to bounce here and shoot back through it. But the fact that they didn't break it and they continued down, that was like, especially if you had your eye on it, that was way to not, to hold the line.
Yeah. So like it activated here, right? And then I saw that it bounced off here. And once it came back here and I saw
in range.
This right here, yeah, I kind of just let it go, and then it ended up hitting.
Cool. Yeah, that's not bad, man. That's not bad at all. It's not a bad trade at all. I
That's
just
pretty good.
how many? I just would encourage you more to think
Mhm.
about. Okay, so measure from that line to the bottom of the structure.
I got a question too for you.
Well, no, not right there. Go up. Right, like make it from
From the yellow?
your take. No, from your take profit. I mean, from your entry to the top of the zone. When I
Oh,
say
I got you.
bottom of your structure, yeah, don't include top of your
Right.
bottom zone. Yeah, right there.
Okay.
So, right, keep in mind, right, you want to give yourself enough room. That wasn't bad. Let me be careful, right? Well, I mean, that's still 5 pips, though. You know what I mean? And that's what you're doing, your 2 to 3 pips. So, yeah, I'm not saying it was bad. Just keep that in mind to like give yourself room just in case they were just to bounce off of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you could have been like, my take profit 10, 12 pips, and then they went that 5 or that 7 and then kept going up. But anyway, go ahead, E. You was about to ask me something.
Yeah, which time frame did you look at? Were you only monitoring the 15, or did you go to the higher time frames and get more analysis from it?
Yeah, so like I said on the daily, I saw this momentum wick. So
Right.
that kind of gave me more bias to the downside, basically. And
And so
then
during your trade, you said your trade happened overnight. So were you awake at all or no?
no. Like I saw when it got activated, but then that's like around the time I went to sleep.
But you
That's
saw the
fine.
wick.
Yeah.
You saw the wick before you you saw the
Before he
wick
entered.
before he finished. Yeah, that's what he asking. Like, was the daily finished?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So then my question within that, obviously you entered in on the 15.
Yes.
Okay. And then after that, you got your take profit. Well, you didn't see it hit take profit, but it hit your take profit. So I guess what I was trying to ask is, like, after it hit your take profit, if you were awake to see how it was playing out, there was another level there or another tipping point you could have rode to.
This right?
What is the yellow there? Is that an hourly tipping point?
This one? Oh, the bottom one? Oh yeah, I just used these wicks right here.
Yeah.
And then it formed this right here.
Yeah, that was a good tipping point.
Yeah, that was a strong tipping point there. So there was what I'm saying, there was like 2 take profits there.
Yeah, this I had drawn it up before, and then yeah, so I guess my question would be like, where do I decide, like, if I keep letting it ride or
You like where you have that line at?
This right here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead, E. You about to say something?
Yeah, I was gonna tell him, like, that line is a good reference to where you could have potentially had another entry and wrote it down to your secondary or your next tipping point, which would have been another take profit.
Yeah. This line I had
But
just
it's all
drawn it up right now.
Yeah, it's all if you're watching it as well. So it's just something to think about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You did good though. That was a good trade.
Yeah. I had seen this, what's it called? Like this line, I had just put it while we were in the car right now. So
that's still a good next take profit though, if they break to the top side.
Yeah.
So I mean, you could use that in many ways.
Yeah, so that's
cool.
what I
Good
did
job,
yesterday.
man. Good job. Were you and did you sleep? You slept comfortably, or did you say, "Oh, I'm worried about it"? Did you have
No,
like
I
a
wasn't
stop
worried
loss?
about it. No.
Yeah, you was like, "I'm confident it's gonna do what it does."
Yeah, I just let it do its thing.
That's good. That's really good, brother.
And how did that make you feel?
Good.
No, I mean I wasn't meaning to ask
Like-
like a dumb question, but like when you saw the success, like was it like, damn, like this is going with, I mean, like, because you could see somebody else doing something and see us walking you through trades and then they happen the next day. But then when you do it yourself and then you see it, does it turn on does it brighten the light even more? Like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it feels good. Like, like I did it all myself. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
Now you see why we do the way we do, because we don't want to just give y'all signals, man. Like we want you to not overcomplicate it like we've done at some point. We want you to do certain things, and then you'll have your own style within the rules, but um definitely that was a good move. Yep.
thank
Yeah,
you.
man. Anything else?
Oh, that's it.
Anybody else got something they did? Dylan, got anything?
No, I don't have anything to share right now.
Got anything to ask? Or
I guess I mean, this is like my first day out here. So like, what's the like normal setup every day? Is it just kind of like come in with questions and setups and talk and sharing about them, or is there any kind of like other structure to it?
Well, yeah, I do. Yeah, you being a newbie, like, or whatever, you don't feel like pressure. Like myself, Benji, we instruct and give guidance, and we go over trades. Like the people will tell you and if I'm lying, they can tell you right now. We go over trades that hit, but our focus is to like give you prep you and teach you, and then it's interactive too, so you can see if, okay, is my thinking right? So it's not necessarily pressure, it's more so building around your success, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, building your confidence within the strategy also.
And within the group, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you don't have to be hermits, nobody forcing you, but this our family here, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you.
Family and good energy. So
How long have you been trading, Dylan?
I mean, I started in crypto back in like 2017, and I got into forex probably like late 2018.
mhm.
That's cool.
So I mostly trade GJ, gold, the Dow, and sometimes UJ.
That's cool.
That's cool. You got
That's
some
cool.
so yeah, you're exposed to some volatility and everything. So that's
Yeah,
cool.
so what were you doing in the past? Like, what type of trading or strategy were you using in the past?
Let's see. So I've had I'd say the first course I ever bought was Fortune Forex 3. Was Forex Factory 3. So I did that for a little while, but I was doing, 10 any pair that I could, and now I've mostly just been like focusing on risk management and narrowing down to just a couple of pairs and a couple of trades a day.
Okay. Were you using like corrective? Oh yeah, I'm tripping. You did just tell us use 3.0. My bad. That answered everything. Like, it's just kind of like
That's all right.
yeah. Well, this is an addition, because the tipping points, like I was in on 2.0, I caught the back end of 1.0, but I was in on 2.0, 3.0, and then 4.0, we are part of 4.0. Yeah, what was I getting at? Yeah, man, the new thing now is tipping points. Like, if you already have that foundation, then you already about to be good, man. Have you went over to 4.0 yet?
No, I haven't made it all the way through it. I've been real busy in my own personal life, trying to switch jobs and shit.
Understood.
That's
I
good.
understand.
Yeah.
Do me a favor. I mean, we'll go over it, right? You'll see us talk about some things, but I'm gonna make you a deal, man. By next week, like say, because the video is really not that long, and you already went. You remember 3.0? Like, I don't know if anybody else was here doing 2.0 and 3.0, but you were talking about multiple videos that were an hour and something long.
Oh yeah.
Hour 30 minutes, 2 hours.
Yeah, so like, and it was good information. But man, if you got that, and then you take how he simplified it now, you know, how we are doing it now, simplifying it, then it's gonna make it like that much easier. It's like you got the framework and how the structure and how it looked, but then when you see like how the tipping points work and the candle types, like the momentum wicks that show like direction, like how this right here, this is gold. I'm using this on gold too. They play within gold. I'm using the 15-minute, you know, the time frames a little different on here. Don't confuse yourself. But I'm looking at gold. Look at this. Look at these I threw my tipping points, right? And really from this one, this is my 15, but I just put this one because I wanted to. And it's already, you know what I'm saying? It's already down 15 pips. You know what I mean? You know, in gold moves, so it'll clear that easy. You probably look to catch the long moves. I don't know. Do you like doing more swing trading or what?
So I mostly trade in the morning between like 6 and 9, and I'll do typically like 15, 30-minute time frames.
Okay. So that's what I'm saying. Are you scalping or what?
Yeah, I'm typically scalping. Sometimes I'll hold a trade for the day or two, depending on if it's like gold or if it's crypto. But yeah, typically I won't do much longer than about an hour.
Man, this would be so perfect for you, man, because when you see how tipping points work and you like, man, because what you catching, like, are you catching, so you catching about 15, 20 pips, right? I guess scalping on gold is kind of different because it's like a scalp on gold can look like 30 pips sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, a scalp on gold can be like 30 to 100 pips depending on what you're doing. But no, I mostly do GJ, and that'll be typically about 10 to 20.
Yeah, well, yeah, man, the way this is set up, man. Let me go. Were you here the whole time listening?
I came in like 5 minutes late or something.
Okay, let me see. GJ. I'm not just catering to him, y'all. I'm here with everybody. I'm just showing, you know, we getting something going here. So GBP, JPY. Pull this up. I might have to start from scratch. And please, Benji and E, y'all continue to give some good feedback. Those are my amigos. All right. I have it drawn up right. Actually, I did. It's the older one. So let me go back and show you. So that's the 4 hour. To the hour. Yeah, right here. Okay, so for example, right, let me delete this. Because you know about structure and you're gonna have to watch the videos for sure. But right here is a tipping point, right? Y'all see that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Like perfect.
Yeah.
It's perfect. It's perfect. I mean, I could have used this one as one, but I put so many here for a certain reason. I want to say it was a nice room. See, it was a nice amount of room in between. Okay, but this is a perfect example. Peep this, right? What we do is we set pending orders. We find tipping points. We find, let me highlight this area so I can show you what happened. And it'll still be good for the other part of the family too, you know what I'm saying? So we can all see this. Yeah, that's too much. Okay, let's go. Let's go. So we see that's the tipping point, right? So generally we'll set order 2 to 3 pips above. So let's see what happened on the daily then. And I need to back out. Okay, so look. Well, they cleared it. Maybe I need to go to a different one. They cleared it too. Actually, let me do this better. Because they cleared it so good, it's like, it's hard for me to see any. Okay, this may be better to show you this, right? So remember, this is on the hourly right here, right? This is my tipping point on the hourly right here. You see how they came to this other tipping point and they played, you know, through it, bounced off top of it. Well, when we saw direction, right? I'm gonna have to go to the hourly on that. Okay, I'm gonna say we could have used this too, right here when we saw this, because once this closed right here, that became a momentum wick. Once the close to the right of it, the green close to the right of it happened, and it closed the way it did within that tipping point, we can make that like it's still balanced, but it's acting as a momentum wick, almost like a tipping point itself, almost, right? So we see what's going on. You know, we see overall. We develop our bias. You'll have to go through the videos for sure, but we'll tighten up on it. You know, you can reach out, ask me questions. But we would have set, let's say we would have set a buy stop. We would have set a buy stop like right here, right? So it might not be perfectly accurate on the date, but we would have set a buy stop right here and let the momentum shift in the market, shoot through the tipping point and rolled it to a take profit. And you see on this one, this all happened. They reached here and touched the top of structure in one move. So for somebody who had a take profit like me, I'm gonna tell you, me personally, right? Seeing this, I would have been like, okay, what I would have realistically set for a take profit, I probably don't have to do that.
My fault.
Huh?
No, my fault. I thought I said something. Sorry.
What I would have done is I would have took right here. I would have looked to catch it like right there. See.
I'll be right back, Darius.
Yeah, go ahead, my bro. Yeah, and then I would have looked to catch it, ride it to about right here. I probably would have, with the space and the amount of things that's not around it, you see how much space is clear over in this area, was not really anything to stall it. I probably, like I said, that's why I had to go back here. This was October 26th. It's December. You know what I'm saying? I would have found that and said, okay, that's really my next place of blockage. This was a perfect tipping point too. Y'all see that?
Mm-hmm.
It was perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And what did they do? Shot it all the way up. So you could have, this is one where I probably wanted to put a take profit. I would have just been watching it and confident, like, okay, you know, I would have been, like I said, I would have had my eye on it. And if I did say I'm gonna go ahead and put one, it definitely, I mean, nobody can be mad with clearing 40 pips. You know what I'm saying? That's 40 pips. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you kind of get, when you go through the videos, you'll see you'll see more of it. And then, like I said, if you want to go on the side and we go through it, that'll be fine. But when we on here, it's more about, analyzing charts and going through stuff people have been through. Let me look. Here's another one. Let me show you how they work. Let me just draw them and you can see for yourself. Like you see this all the time, man. You're a trader. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you've seen these before. Some people will see them as like levels, but they really tipping points, right? We look for them to do. You know what? This is a great time to do a quiz. So Justin, what do we? Let's see, Justin. What's one of the things we look to happen on the tipping point?
On the tipping point, we look for like a wick to be thrown or some type of like area blockage and current price action.
That's good, but I mean, like, remember the three things. Okay, let me rephrase it. What are the three things that happens at a tipping point?
Oh, all right. Yeah. So it'll either play within the tipping point, it'll bounce off the tipping point, or it'll break through the glass.
Ceiling, exactly. So, and what that means is, okay, so I was only wanting you to do one. I was going to ask some other people, but
No.
cool. You set it out for me, man. I appreciate it. I really do. And it's cool, it's exciting because you're like, oh yeah, I know that, man. They got to do this, you know what I'm saying? Because you know what you're doing, man. So that's cool. See how they did this here? They came through it. Now they're not gonna do it perfectly all the time, but this is playing through it right here. Then you see where they've bounced wicks off of it. They made 50% retraces here, through it. They closed candle bodies at it and thrown wicks to it, bounced. Done the same here. You see here where they've played and bounced off of it. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
You see that, Dylan?
Yeah. I see that.
Yeah, so that's why we use them like that, like in that way. Like you see that? Like look at this, even now. You see how they came through here, played within it, and then broke.
Yeah, that close above it.
And look, you see how they came here, hit off the top of it, bounced off the top of it. You see this now? I mean, there's other stuff in the videos, but you've been in the forex fortune factory, so this is the bread. Like you see what's going on now. Now it's to the point where now it's to the point to where if direction is showing us something juicy, right? Like let's say they for real, hold on 1 second. For real, I can actually make this one and show y'all why. This is one, you see what I'm saying? Like these are juicy. Like here you go one, you see that?
Mm-hmm.
See how they do that here. Like it's really easy. You see this here, they close the wick here. Now you at a space. I mean, you can maybe do this one, but it wouldn't, or actually this one too. Let me see how many pips it is. I mean, it's enough pips. Yeah, it really is. You can if you want to, and even do like this one. Oh, wait a minute, sorry. But I would just, at that point, I would just say, that's my next area of where I'm looking for them to pause at. You see how they threw it here and threw the wick here, bounced off the top of it here. You see that? So there's many of them, you know what I mean? You can find a lot of them and just ride. Just make sure the momentum lined up. Like say here, we get to a point and price is showing a bearish close on like the daily or 4 hour. And my right hand mouse writing is horrible, man. So we see that, right? We see that, and we like, oh, we'll set it a few pips below here. If we got us a strong momentum candle close that can cover all of this, man, we're gonna look to ride it here, see how they handle this area, and then ride it here. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, that nugget was for y'all too, because you see how easy you just went and found them. And
Yeah.
like, it doesn't have to be complicated. Like, even as I go over this with y'all, it's like, I'm like, man, this shit is easy. You know what I mean? Like,
If you take that second, the tip point you drew right there, if you take that and go all the way back to July.
This one?
Yeah. The first one, sorry.
This one. Okay,
Yeah.
let me go to the daily or the monthly actually. And let me, God dang it, maybe I need to go to the daily. And it was this one, right?
The first one, yeah.
Go all the way.
Plays all through there. It stops.
Yeah,
there.
exactly.
That's strong.
Exactly.
That is strong. Whoa.
Yeah, it is. It is. It is. Even the fact that they threw wicks.
Yep.
Look where they started throwing the wicks at when they got here. So, and look at this daily close. This daily close was a wick.
Wow.
See that?
It makes me excited.
To the downside. Now we get indication. Oh yeah, we really don't want to go there.
Right.
Like that's what they telling us, right?
Yeah. Wow.
See how we just revealed that story right there? I mean, thanks to you, shit. I mean,
that is
Built my way out all the way back into July.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's why, but I reiterate, we don't say support and resistance, right? We just, I mean, you want to give that the credit is needed for sure, because it's showing us some stuff, right?
Right.
So now imagine if this close here, right? We on the 4 hour. This is a perfect example. Perfect example. Imagine this your favorite pair now, and I'm showing you this is part. We just randomly came here. Nothing was made up. Nothing was trying to sell you on. You know, you're not a newbie. You know what's up,
Oh
man.
no, yeah, I know.
And they'll tell you we do this. Let me ask them. This doesn't have nothing to do with me or ego. This is just for evidence based. Have we not been calling stuff that's been hitting y'all?
Every day, almost every day.
Every night.
Mm-hmm.
And if it don't hit the next day, it hit the day after.
Right.
Yeah, and if it don't hit, you didn't lose money.
Right.
Because it didn't activate you straight. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not saying that to sell you. I'm saying that to tell you this shit works, man. Like, so imagine they close like this. Imagine they give us a wick, right? If they gave us a wick, what you gonna be thinking to do? Let's take this. Let's see how we can play this area. Okay, now they come in here. They may be stalling a little bit. Oh, they may bounce a little bit. Oh, no, they coming through. This one of those, man, where I would probably put a trailing, like a trailing stop loss. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Okay.
So that every time it move, my take profit, my stop loss turning to take profit. So if they try to pull back, then I'm out at one of these.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so that's almost kind of similar to a dynamic stop loss in a sense. Mm-hmm. It's not, you know, Nemo spoke about this. It can kind of aid in the dynamic stop loss, meaning you just put a trailing stop loss, like once it started moving, and it, like past, like say if it clears this tipping point where we showed, and you like, man, you know, and you may be thinking, oh, it may come back. Put your trail and stop on it. You know, figure out how that works, figure out everything before you do that, right? You know what I'm saying? We can go through it one day, whatever, but put it there, and it basically, if you move up 20 pips, your trail and stop will be 10 pips in front of where it was previously. So the more it go in profit, the more you're gonna stay in profit on your stop loss.
Okay.
It'll be like a backwards take profit. It'll be stop you from losing profit instead of from losing money. It'll stop you from losing your profit.
Wow.
Yeah, and Hugo's way do allow that. We've done it
today. So
yeah, Hugo's way. I tried to do that on. No, they let you do. I'm sorry, they let you do that on gold too. I was gonna say they don't let you cut the order in half. They don't let you close some of the order on gold, like what we were talking about. Like if you want to close half of your order or some of your order. I didn't see that with gold. I tried to do that before with gold, but everything else you did it with. But yeah, man, you see how that worked now?
Yeah.
How you'll still find your structure. It's just extra pieces that you can add and build more story.
Right.
So like, yeah, you probably gonna have a ball with this, man.
Sounds
Yes,
like
I'm just gonna tell you this now, and this is the disclaimer. You can use the same principles on the charts, but be sure that the chart is doing the same behavior. You know what I'm saying? That when they throw the momentum wick or the momentum candle, I mean, they do for the most part, but you understand what I'm trying to say? Like this will show its face better on GBP, JPY than it will on gold. Like on gold, I had to switch the time frames. Like I had to change the time frames and that I use, etc. So I'm not telling you this is to go off strategy. I'm just telling you that so you don't go blow your account using everything and be like, oh, the strategy failed me. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm just keeping it real. Like do when you switching over to other things, know what need to be adjusted as far as like time frame or what tipping points work more. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's why I did this is me on my own, right? This is why I did these, like, look how they closed. I don't know if they came down more. Yeah, they did a little bit, like they came down to 20 here. Like me, like I like to grab 50. I like to scalp too. 15 pips not a scalp on gold, but it's kind of even in time. And they get slow around this part. So, how. Is that what you normally have you noticed that in the mornings, I guess like my time in the mornings, they do all this movement here. But when it started hitting around like 5, 6 o'clock, they kind of like slow it down a little bit.
Yeah, it typically only moves moves heavy during New York. That's about it, yeah. Or in the morning around probably like between 6 and 3, 6 a.m. and 3 p.m.
Exactly. 11, what was that? 11 or something, 11 to 8 GTC time or whatever. But yeah, it was one of those. I saw that and I was like, and then I noticed every time, well here, you see here they did a little impulse, but I noticed a lot of times in the early morning hours, like, look at this. This was 7 o'clock, bro. Look how they threw. Look at that. And this is on the 1 hour, 132 pips. Yeah. Anyway, any questions?
Nope.
No for me.
Is it okay to set more than one tipping point?
He says, is it okay to do what?
Set more than one tipping point. Like,
yeah.
Okay.
Wait, finish your question too, so I can get the context. My bad. In the case of what?
Because, like, let's say we find a corrective structure and, like, we see a tipping point at the top of structure and, like, one below it. Would it be, like, necessary to notify both of them?
Yes. And you just answered your question because it's in the structure. 9 times out of 10, it's going to be like near the zone, probably, right? Or are you talking about within the structure?
Within the structure. Yeah, within
It
the structure.
depends on the spacing and how big the structure is. Like if you got something on the hourly and it's only like 20 something pips, then it's like, and you think, you know what I mean? You'll get to a point where you're gonna run into a lot of blockage. But if you
Yeah.
like looking at, if you're looking at an hourly with like within like a, if you're looking at an hourly with that's sitting within a 4 hour or a daily, and you see that if you know they're about to close on the daily, um, you know, and it's enough room between each tipping point, and you like, I'm about to see how they're gonna move. I would do it. I mean, it don't hurt to do it. I actually do it now, but just make sure you got enough room to take the trade if you're looking at taking the trade.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. Y'all got anything else?
I could share a trade that I had earlier today on
Share it on the computer.
yeah, I could share my screen. Give me 1 second. It was on GBP USD.
Okay.
Give me 1 second. So this is basically kind of a continuation of what we looked at the other day. When I woke up this morning, I saw that price had continued past the zone, and it was kind of like in this area here. So I was just watching it really. I didn't take a trade on it. I just kind of wanted to see if it was going to bounce or go through. It did go through, but I had missed it because I was working or whatever. So I had already plotted this like this, I guess, tipping point up here on the 15-minute, and it also like matched up with the hourly as well. So essentially, just once it crossed this area here, I just had a trade in, and I took it to this tipping point, which was like all the way back. It was far back. Hold on. It was back here, back in September, August. So it was a pretty simple trade, like but it just like lined up perfectly with momentum and everything. I thought about probably trying to catch a pullback, but I didn't want to get greedy because this was like a nice move. I think it was like I think I caught like 27 or 26 pips. And I saw it kind of stall out, but I didn't want to get greedy. So this was my only trade of the day, but it was a nice one I caught, and I was just being patient.
And you caught it at the top of here, right?
I caught it right about here at 134.4.
And what made you enter?
I entered because it broke this like kind of tipping point here that I plotted. So once it broke this, I thought that it could probably, especially with the momentum, like on the 4 hour, it was just like
keep in mind those are big to be considered tipping points. I mean, it wasn't a bad idea.
Okay.
Like you could have now, if you now on right here and here, you could have possibly made that like a 4 hour tipping point. I mean, you could have, right? Even though it's kind of big, but just be careful,
okay,
not to confuse giant wicks with tipping points, because then they actually more like it can get kind of confusing. But a giant wick, like a momentum wick, won't be a tipping point. But if you go on the 4 hour, you could have possibly plotted this as a tipping point.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whereas if you look on the hourly, go to the hourly and go back to that. Measure those wicks on both of them.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Like that's a lot of.
And this one
and
is
then do that one. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? So now that was a good eye and good, you know what I mean? That's when you make that a 4 hour. So that was actually, it wasn't a bad trade. I was just telling you,
Mhm.
don't consider those hour tipping points though.
Okay. No, that definitely makes sense. Because
Yeah.
you said that before. You definitely said that before.
Measure those, measure the white one.
This one? Oh, right here.
Yeah, right there.
About 20.
See, considering how long the candle is and considering that's a 4 hour, I would made that a 4 hour tipping point.
Okay.
If anything, don't draw 1 hour so big. Go to the 4 hour. If it look like that, then you can say, oh, okay, it's a 4 hour tipping point. Go back to the 1 hour. Now, where you do have a tipping point at on the 1 hour now is this wick right over 12 o'clock, right here.
Right here.
No, go to the right a little bit.
Oh, right here.
Yeah, you could use that now
Okay.
as your hourly if you want to draw it now and see another place where you want to catch some more pips or something.
Okay.
Because now that kind of supersede the other one
Yeah.
a little bit. And you can draw it back because it's part of the way you enter that.
Oh, yeah, that makes yeah. No, definitely.
This it's funny because we was just going over this one. So cool.
But yeah, that was my only one for the day. But yo, just like seeing the tipping points, and it just like really kind of opens up the, like I feel like I'm able to see the market flow a little better and just kind of anticipate what's happening. Just making everything more clear for real.
I had the same structure set up, and I actually caught the same amount of pips, like 20, 28, around 28.
On this one up here?
Yeah.
Dope.
Yeah. So I was like, oh snap! Oh.
Yeah, when I had seen it when I like woke up, and I was like, oh, this is moving, and I didn't want to like, you know what I'm saying, like hop in it too fast because it had already moved a lot when I like saw it this morning. So I just kind of waited till it got to this level here, and once it passed it, I was like, okay, but I think we can at least test the previous one back in whenever that was, September or whatever.
Right.
So I was pretty satisfied with that one. Right. But that's all I got.
Wow, that's a good job, man.
Thank you.
Good job. Great job. Anybody else? Like I'm like y'all doing good. Like y'all like cool, man. Y'all get it. You know, not saying y'all wasn't capable of, obviously you're capable, right? You know what I'm saying? You're here. But I'm just, you know, I'm your cheerleader right now, you know, without the pom-poms, you know what I mean? I'm rooting y'all on, man. And it's cool to see it's moving. And you like, yeah. Like, yeah, we did this. We saw this. Oh, okay, I'll look at this better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then next week, yeah, so we follow what you said and we did this, and this, or what Benji said or what E said, blah, 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 blah. Y'all were right, boom, boom, boom. And then it's progressing. You know what I mean? The progression is there.
Yeah.
So like I said, like y'all keep coming, you know what I mean? Because it may seem like it's repetitive when we go over certain stuff. I mean, but you got to think it's only so much information on the chart. So we're going to be looking at the same stuff. Yeah. But when you see, you're going to start to develop that like eye towards like, oh, yep, I see this. Oh, okay, I think this is the best spot. And then boom, motions in order. And then boom, okay, yeah, they hit. Balancing I got my account leverage right, and I'm doing the right things. Boom, okay, yeah, I'm in drawdown X amount of money, but I'm cool. If it come here, I'm willing to take that, whatever. But then guess what? Boom, it do what it said, what you said it was gonna do. Boom, oh, I'm in profit. You know, so it's just cool to see that.
For sure. No, it definitely feels good too. Just like week, like this my maybe third week, I think, or fourth maybe. But even in a shorter time, I just like feel a little like more confident in just being able to see the charts and just like have an overall feel of what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not confused like I once was previously.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Anybody else got anything?
Did we go over GBP AUD?
UVAUD.
Everyone wasn't on.
Not today. We went over it like
Yeah, I remember that.
last few days. Yeah. Wow, what you saw on it?
I'm actually just drawing it up now and looking for tipping points or what have you. I didn't really.
Here's one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show you at. I don't know what time you're on, but at 2200 Central Time.
Hold on.
On the hourly.
Oh, you're on the hourly. Okay, I'm on the daily. My bad.
Yeah. That when you want to kind of typically start that first. See that?
Yeah.
That's one.
Stream.
Oh, I'm not sharing.
Oh no.
Oh, I'm sorry, fellas.
All right.
See that?
Right.
This is an old one. This is an old one up here. That's why these shot through it, but they didn't actually close above it, right?
Right.
And on that, I would just say, let me go to the lower time frame to see what I can clean up. Even this one, you'll see me overlapping because I'm like, now to avoid that blockage, let me put this right here. I mean, we'll see if it's enough hip room. I'll fix it in a second, but it should be right. I mean, it's 16, you know what I'm saying? You may be able to squeeze 12 or something out of that, right? You know what I'm saying? And then you can see how it handled this one and then watch it break or whatever, you know, depending on what they show us. Like that's, you know what I mean? That's how you can clean up on that one because it's like on the hourly, you see all of that on that one, right? So then you could just say boom. Because you see how they bounced off, clean through. But I mean, it's still respect. I mean, you can make a new one, whatever, right? But I'll keep it just for overlap. But yeah.
Wow.
See that? It's really easy. You just gotta see, I'm telling you, the more you do it, the more it'll be like, yep, let me watch this here. I see this here. All right, got this here. I mean, if I really wanted to, I mean, you don't have to do that. But I could have made that like a 4 hour. Let me bring it down. I could have made that a 4 hour. It'll be big, but you know what I mean, to cover all of that. But really, this is, you know what I mean, this is why I got the hour. See where it started. And it hit all this here. You see that?
Yeah.
All that here. They bounced off here. So that's why I kept that one. That's why I'm even keeping it now. Because when they break that area, they break it. Oh.
Wow.
Oh yeah, this is where we had those take profits and stuff.
Yeah.
Delete these. So I'm not gonna. Oh no. I'm gonna delete this. See that?
There's another one that's pretty good, Darius.
What's that, bro?
Another tipping point, kind of matching up with current price right now, right here.
Where is it at?
You see it?
Oh, you're saying use this one?
Yeah. On the bottom side. because
What,
it
here?
goes right through the. Nope. Right
Wait.
here.
Oh, you saying use this one?
Nope. To the right. That whipsaw to the right.
This?
Right there. Yeah.
Hold on, let me see.
Because that should be, from what I counted, with my hourly tipping point, that should be about 21 pips or between that.
The only reason I wouldn't use that is because it's covered. You know what I'm saying? It's shaded. Now,
Right.
what I would do, I'm going to tell you what I would do, because you weren't wrong. I would look that I am saying I can stop. It's not
Some
letting me pull.
blockers there.
Yeah, the price, it won't let me move this thing I drew. But it's the retrace on this
Mm-hmm.
Phantom candle. See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it is essentially one, but it's not isolated enough. Let me zoom in so we can look at it more. But you see what I'm saying? Like it's like because you got this and you got this wick overshadowing it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Now if this was more like, if this body was more like up here,
mm-hmm.
then I would think about it without no head. Then I would be like, yeah, let me look in more. But you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I follow you.
Yeah, I mean, it's like that wasn't bad thinking though, because what it do is man, we need to because look, you're right. They're doing exactly what you're saying. Look, y'all see what he's saying? Like how they're treating it like their price is coming there and stalling out. Let's go to a lower time frame and look at it, right? Let's do that.
All right.
Let's see. Look at that.
Wow.
Am I in the right area?
It's
sort of, kind of. I mean, even here. Oh crap! It's sort of, kind of. Like, let me move this. This is a tipping point right here. See that? On the 15.
Right.
So he saw that area on the hourly. So, which is what we were talking about before. Hold on, I'm trying to concentrate and make this thing look how it look.
Mm-hmm.
Let me make sure. Right. Yeah, y'all see that? Y'all see how I start right here, the area he was talking about?
Mm-hmm.
It starts right there. And now we go to the 15. Point of view. This is what, because I had brought it right here, right? And that's what it was covering. So essentially here, and I want to say here, is where, and the area tipped over here where it showed. So that was a good move, man. Good find.
Yeah, if you go back to November, so I like how we go back. If you go back to November, it kind of plays within that too. November the 8, around the 8.
About this area right here?
Yeah.
November the what?
18th. It's on the 15, yeah. Boom.
Yeah, even here, yeah, even the 26. Good find, E. So that's a strong area to look out for too. Yeah, and they actually, when they broke it here,
Mm-hmm.
like look at that. They play here.
Yeah.
And then when they actually broke, they broke through it good. That's a good find, man. Leave that up. Way to go, E.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just make it a 15 though, just so it'll overlap.
Yeah, I switched mine to a 15 as well.
Yeah, cool. I'm
That's
getting
like
confused
how,
because the screen keep changing every time I move it.
yeah.
Wait, where the hell were we at? See that? I have spatial. Oh, right here. Actually, let me do this and just put it right here. Nice. Yeah. See, and that's us showing you, like, you know what I mean? Like, we being even extra precise, right? You don't even have to go that deep, but we do that, right? And it helps a lot.
Right.
It really does. That was a good find, man. Good find. Great find. Yeah, we'll see how the hourly close on this. Like imagine if they close momentum. I mean, well, it is gonna be put like this. Because of what's going on, I would only look to catch this anyway through the night. Like when they because it's like Friday and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I would, you know what I mean? I would definitely be looking on the scalp that anyway. So if momentum looks good and juicy, like say, well, they could have been playing a retrace on this. Let's see.
That's what I was just thinking.
Yeah, they definitely playing the retrace. They're starting to pull back on it, and there's still an hour and 13 minutes left before the close. So obviously, probably want to wait a little bit to see how that handles.
Exactly.
So depending on how they would close, I would probably set something after, above that 15.
And ride it to what? Just to clean up here, or would you go? What would you do?
Let me go to the.
Because this the retrace on this one. This is the retrace. This tipping point comes directly through the retrace on this momentum candle. So that would actually be cool to even ride 15 tipping point to 15 tipping point. We'll have to see how they handle. I mean, I didn't mean to ask you that and then start answering, but I went to tickets.
You good. I would possibly run it to 81.24, possibly.
81. Right here.
Mm-hmm.
And what make you feel like that? Just that's what
I just
the
have
head's
another.
go.
Yeah, I have another hourly tipping point. That's right there. That's the bottom of my hourly tipping point.
Which one you got? This one?
Let me look at it. It's at November 30th at 1400.
Which one? This one?
Should be. Hold on, I can annotate. Yeah. Well, no, that's too high. No. Then.
You know what? Let me see this.
So it wasn't this area. Hold on, there's right there. It wasn't this area right here where I originally had it. But then,
Was it the
all that
hourly,
price.
the 4 hour?
Yeah, all that price action happened after because that's when I was looking at it.
Oh, my bad. Let me go back. Oh, I see what you're saying. It happened right here.
Go away.
Yeah.
And then you got to, yeah, that's why I was telling them too. Sometimes I let because I used to get faced with that. Sometimes I just let it go and close a few candles close, like maybe 4 or 5 candles close. And if I see they pushing down and close and below it, and then stalling out and then throwing another one at the downside, I'll go ahead and create it. Kind of like, and this is the best example, kind of like, what was I? Kind of like I did this one right here. You see this one?
Yeah, I got you on that one.
Yeah, I like when these, because this one we started, right? And by the end of it, we were right here. And when I saw it close in here, I was like, you know what? This would be a good tipping point. And then they did that. So I started getting in the habit of doing that too. That's a good auto, man. Anybody got anything else?
Nah.
Oh, got nothing.
I know it's the end of the week. Normally, you know, I'm pretty loose. I got a family thing that'll be coming up, but I always enjoy being with y'all, man. Y'all gonna ride out that week, the week with the FOMC news and all that stuff going on.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely keep an eye on everything and see how it play out. You know what I'm saying?
We'll probably, hey, E and Benji, y'all wanna see about some good stuff and send out some signals that week.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that'd
I'm
work.
with it.
Well, you know, we're now keep in mind too, right? We don't want y'all to be like, oh, we gonna get signals. Do that, but with the sense of saying, okay, we're about to help analyze this. Because y'all may see something too and say, hey, what about this? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't get them and get quiet. Get them and look at them and say, hey, this is this. You see how we all work together to formulate our bias? That's what we do. We're a family, man. Imagine we had Sunday dinner. I don't know what y'all eat, but whatever you eat, just bring it to the table. You know what I'm saying?
My dude, man.
You said what?
I said my dude.
Oh, I'm always say something funny, right?
Always.
Yeah, that's how we do it, and that's how we continue to do it. Dylan, when we in here, we want to look at some cryptos, man. Go and look at some and say, hey, so this is what I was finding, blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? We can do that.
Word.
Anyone else here trading cryptos?
I not anymore, but I used to. That's what first got me into trading back in like I think 2017, around then, 2017. That's what got me into trading first, and I made a little money and just rode off into the sunset. But I haven't since then.
No, I was the same way.
I'm interested for it. I'm interested in it right now, at least.
Yeah, it's definitely coming back into like, you know, the pop culture and everything. It had that. I used to work at Vanguard. I'm not sure if y'all know what that is, but it's like a mutual fund company. And I used to work in a phone call center. I had people calling every day. Can I invest in Bitcoin? Can I invest in this and that? And people starting to be on that same type of time again now that it finally about to hit the 20,000 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, man. So